Hello and welcome to May Contain Mild Peril, the weekly podcast where we discuss films and stuff. My name is Jack Shepherd and joining me this week is not Cameron Smith because he's no longer with us, and by that I mean he's no longer doing the podcast. And instead,
why not?
You really want to go through the messy divorce of how we fell out and like the famous Beatles feud.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I want to hear this. I want the listeners to hear this as well.
Basically, he decided...
It was messy.
Yeah, it was very messy in that he decided he didn't want to do it anymore, so he's not doing it anymore. But we're lucky because we've got a new Cameron, and his name is Aaron.
Hello.
Do you want to...
Happy to be here.
Now, I feel this is a bit like Blind Date. Should I go like, this is Aaron from Surrey. He enjoys films, reading and painting, and he's particularly apt with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, I'll take that description.
Do you want to...
Yeah.
I don't know, you want to introduce yourself in some way?
Shout out to Cameron. Hope he's listening. Yeah, he was a good host. It's a shame he couldn't continue. I'll try my best to sort of fill him and just do the best I can. I can't sing the theme tune like he used to.
Well, we've got a new theme tune now. So.
Yeah, like he was never here. But yeah, no, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So we've also changing the format up a bit. We're just going to do, well, each week or every other week, depending how often we do it, we're going to take it in turns to assign a film, I guess, kind of like homework, and watch a film.
No, I'm sure some of the films you assign me will feel like homework.
I like that. So let's get to it, and why don't you tell us what you've watched over the last week, Aaron?
It's been a little more difficult to find films to watch and go to the cinema, so I've really been sort of keeping my films under 2 hours and available online through legitimate means. So last Sunday I watched All of the Phoenix, which just, it was on TV.
Very conveniently available online.
It was on TV. It was on ITV. Yeah, didn't really enjoy it that much.
Yeah, it's probably the worst of the... Well, apart from the first two.
Yeah, no, probably. I mean, I think I don't really view the Harry Potter films as films. They're sort of like, they're bringing the book to life, and you sort of, as a massive fan of the book like everyone else, you just want them to sort of realise your experience with the book in the best possible way, right?
It's hard to imagine what it would be like watching those films without having read the books, because I've never really...
Yeah.
Maybe the first couple, but...
Yeah, well, I think it's like, it's quite unlike other films based on books in that most of the audience would have read the book.
Yeah.
And whereas things like Hunger Games, maybe you wouldn't say a majority of people.
They're very good films as well. Like, it's not like they've just been...
They are very good. Yeah, no, they are. They're consistent, and like I think that definitely heightens the sort of level to which the audience can resonate with them, because you do really feel like, especially when the series ended, like you were letting go of something that was you're quite attached to personally. But then after that, I watched The Driver, which is directed by Walter Hill, 1978. Which literally the opening sequence of that rips off Baby Driver, which we've both seen and both enjoyed. I think you enjoyed it more than me.
Yeah.
And The Driver is, Edgar Wright did say beforehand that he really was influenced by The Driver more than any other film when he was making Baby Driver, and it's so obvious. I mean, it's like not just parts of The Driver that he takes chunks. But this is a lot more serious, where Baby Driver is a lot more light-hearted.
But what one's better?
It's difficult to compare them because one couldn't happen without the other. I enjoyed Baby Driver more, but The Driver I don't think was it's not got the light-heartedness of Baby Driver.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more like, its worldview is like very dark, and it's not it's not a happy film. Whereas Baby Driver has sort of humorous and sort of joyful elements to it. Then after that, I watched The Mystery of Picasso, which really was because I was working and I just wanted something therapeutic to watch. So I just watched Picasso painting. Also because it was directed by Henry Cavill, who directed The Diabolique, which is a brilliant film. It's a film that apparently caused Hitchcock to make Psycho. Not Picasso, but Diabolique. And that was really good.
You didn't say Picasso paintings, literally just Picasso painted.
Yeah, that's what's called the mystery of Picasso, because someone like Picasso, whose style is so unique, different, and genius apparently, just watching him paint is sort of a interesting experience. Yeah, but Clouseau as well. For some reason he directed it. I don't know the story behind it. Clouseau's a great director. But yeah, this was a good film. It was really therapeutic as well, actually. I was quite stressed, and it calmed me a bit. After that, I watched Glenn Ross. Brilliant film. I think, do I need to say much about that? Alec Baldwin's 10-minute opening scene, always be closing, just iconic. That film got Alec Baldwin, I think, shot him to fame. And I don't think he's ever given a performance like that before. I think he's been cast in roles because of that. But yeah, Al Pacino in that film as well, brilliant. Alan Arkin, also brilliant. Kevin Spacey, brilliant. And Ed Harris, also really, really good. After that, I watched a Jerry Seinfeld stand-up movie, which was really good.
Oh, you counting that as a film?
Well, it's on my letterbox. And stand-up movies. I think stand-up movies count as films, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
Then after that, I watched Royal Tenenbaums again. Great film. Wes Anderson. Yeah, no, really good.
Yeah, that's one of the only ones of his I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, you a Wes Anderson fan?
Yeah, I quite like what he produces.
Yeah?
I think it's a bit mixed. The one he's releasing next year looks quite odd.
Yeah.
It's about dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I say that it's quite odd. All of his shots are quite odd. But
I think you sort of love him, really. Have you seen... Yeah. You haven't seen The Royal Tenenbaums?
No.
Oh, no, it's good. It's also the film... I think that's the film that sort of... Because before that was Rushmore before that? Have you seen Rushmore?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Rushmore was maybe before that. Rushmore was probably his best film. Because also, yeah, because his later films like Moonrise King, after Darjeeling Limited, after those films, he sort of makes his movies on a much grander scale. Like Moonrise Kingdom is quite a large scale, and then Grand Budapest is like really large scale. But this, he sort of kept it quite tight, and his style is already comes out with like the most refined, brilliant style. And in Royal Tenenbaums still there. And then after that, yesterday I watched Streetcar Named Desire, which was not as good as I thought it was, but still very good. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's quite a frenetic film. Obviously, Marlon Brando's performance, which everyone talks about, is like ridiculously good. But yeah, no, maybe I just didn't get it. I need to maybe watch it again.
Did it feel cinematic, or did it feel like it was just a play, transposed on screen?
Well, it did feel cinematic, but it very much felt like it had roots in a play. It was like, well, Elia Kazan is like a brilliant director, but also the grandfather of Zoe Kazan. I think he tries to get the best out of both, and for me, it worked, but it's just difficult to keep track of everything going on. It moves quite quickly, and the dialogue is just really, really dramatic, and it's I don't know, it just didn't.
So you hear the better parts were the bits to do with the play rather than.
I haven't seen the play, so I don't know.
No, I haven't seen the play. I've seen other Tennessee Williams plays, but not that one.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I need to watch it again. I was tired and I wasn't very well, so maybe it was just the way I watched it rather than the film itself, because it is a classic.
Yeah.
And it's probably me missing out on something rather than the other way around.
Right. So shall I go through my?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that mine's
you're the
not quite
host,
as varied as yours. Oh, you're host as well.
No, I'm not the host.
Or you then?
It's your podcast.
Contributor?
Yeah, I'll be the lead contributor.
Right, so I watched Get Out for the second time on Sunday.
You gave it 5 stars as well.
Gave it 5 stars, really like it. Well, doesn't everyone really like it? Like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I like it, yeah. I don't
it's different, isn't it?
I don't know, what do you like so much about it?
I just like the satire, I guess. It's like trying to. It's talking about racism and not like traditional racism, like casual racism.
What did you think of the ending? I thought it ended really, really quickly, a little bit abruptly.
Because it wasn't the original ending. Originally, he was going to. Spoiler alert for Get Out, I suppose. But he was going to strangle the. Girl, and then the police car comes and it's actually the police and he gets arrested. And apparently there's another one where his mate does actually come, but then it turns out he's already had his brain transplanted. Yeah,
but the ending we got, you still gave it. You still loved it with the ending you had anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't think because the the endings are not really. They're sort of after the conflict.
Yeah.
The whole film's basically the same. It's just the last 2 or 3 minutes that make a difference.
Yeah.
I don't think that really affected the film as a whole.
I didn't think that part was like. I didn't mind that part. I just thought the way that when he sort of went from being captured to escaping happened way too. It was only in the space of 20 minutes.
Yeah. Or you mean in the room?
Yeah.
He's in the room for quite a while. I remember that. But then there's only so much you could do in there because he's tied up.
I thought they should have done some more stuff to him, and then he should have escaped.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some.
You just want to see more sadism basically in the film.
Yeah, for it to be a horror. Was it a horror movie? Do you think?
It's sort of horror thriller, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What else did you?
I watched The Big Sick.
Oh yeah, no, I want to see that.
Which is quite good. It's I mean, it is what it is. It's not really, like it's a good American comedy, but it doesn't really do anything particularly different.
What about the mixed race couple?
Yeah, well, it's kind of, but then you could substitute the mixed race couple with any sort of differences. Like it could be it could quite easily be a workaholic and a they about, which is what most Judd Apatow films are.
Yeah, but I mean, it really didn't it go into the sort of Muslim culture angle quite a bit?
Not really. I mean, arranged marriage. That was kind of the only thing that they really touched on.
It's quite a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
No. Oh, it is to start with, but then it sort of moves away from that and it just becomes like a standard comedy.
Right.
I will say that Holly Hunter's performance in that film is amazing.
Oh, really?
She reminded me a lot of Carrie Fisher.
What about Ray Romano as her husband?
Yeah, he is good as well. But then he's just typical Ray Romano. Like, I wouldn't say he's he basically plays himself basically.
Nah.
Or plays roles he typically plays.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. Then I got home and I watched What If. I think it's named something else. That's not as good as I remember it the first time. I'm not sure.
This is Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Have you got a bit of a crush on Zoe Kazan?
No, I just thought
two Zoe Kazan movies in a day.
I watched the first one, watched the second one. Well, I wasn't really in the mood to like watch something I need to concentrate on.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll stick it on. But yeah, I can't decide if Daniel Radcliffe is a good actor or not.
He's not.
I don't think he's not romantically, definitely not.
Well, he's just limited. His capabilities are limited. You have to remember that he was sort of plucked as a young child. He sort of got to sustain. He doesn't have to sustain.
But then there's a lot of good actors that are plucked as young children, like Christian Bale, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, true. Well,
Michael Douglas. Oh no, he didn't really get into it until later, I suppose. But
yeah, true.
I'll skip some of these because we're going on for a bit long. I saw A Road to Perdition, which is I quite like that. It was nice to see Tom Hanks perform a role which is slightly different to sort of his normal.
Yeah, only slightly different though.
Yeah, well, he only ever
goes slightly different, doesn't he?
But he's still the person you're rooting for, even if he's like a horrible man.
Yeah.
Jude Law's really good in that film as well, and so is Daniel Radcliffe. This was Daniel Radcliffe, not Daniel Radcliffe, Daniel Craig, before he got famous as well. I saw, so the other day I saw a short film called Dust with Jodie Whittaker and Alan Rickman in it. It's really weird.
What's it about?
It's about, well, this Alan Rickman stalking Jodie Whittaker and her kid home, and then he sort of goes into the house and goes into the kid's bedroom, and she's got a tooth underneath her bed, and he grinds the tooth up and then snorts it like cocaine, and then he grows a pair of wings and flies off, and that's basically the whole film. And it's very weird. Okay. But I gave it 2.5 stars because it's just insubstantial. I didn't really see what it was. And why it had these two. Well, Alan Rickman, a massive star, and Jodie Whittaker. Well, when it was made, she still had a name. And then I saw Trainspotting 2 last night, which wasn't as good as I thought it was the first time either. But yeah, I still quite liked it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I need to. So funny urgency to go. I mean, I would.
It's worth watching these once, I think.
Yeah, no, I want because obviously I love the first one. It's just I don't know. I will watch it.
Yeah, if you like the first one, you'll definitely like it. I think. I mean, the devil, you'll like it. I don't know, but
well,
right. So shall we move on to the main event? I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are we going to call this bit?
The main event, film of the week.
Right, so we're going to be reviewing The Graduate. Do you want to explain what The Graduate's about? Or...
No. You can go ahead. You've written way more notes than me, so you must have a sort of synopsis.
Well, yeah, Okay, so Benjamin Braddock, played by Dustin Hoffman, he's just graduated from university, hence the name of the film, and he's got nothing else to plan with life, sort of disenchanted and drifting and sort of...
Would people not know what this is about?
Well, it depends what people are listening, I guess. But, yeah, we might as well do a recap. And then he begins an affair with his parents' friend, Mrs. Robinson, and he said it's mostly out of boredom than anything else. It's pretty clear from the start that neither of these characters sort of share any affection for one another, but they're sort of pretending that they do. It's like, it's hard to sort of decide why they're doing this affair, why they're having this affair, and sort of but sort of what's keeping them together. Like, they keep pretending that they like each other, but it's clear that neither of them really do. And it seems like eventually they're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think there's something like, it's obviously some underlying reason, isn't there, why they're together. She is bored, and she reveals that the reason why she married her husband was because she got pregnant, and he is just, obviously she's attractive, and it's easy, and it allows him to sort of get away from any job-related ideas, or like, sort of any sort of progression in his life. He's in that limbo, which is why I think, as a fellow graduate, we both graduated this year.
Yeah.
Was there another level when you went to go see it again? You'd seen it before, haven't you?
Yeah, I'd seen it before a couple of years ago.
Yeah, when you went to see it again, did you sort of have a sort of change, as a graduate, a changed perception?
Well, yeah, because you said when you go and see it again, as a graduate, you're getting a whole new perspective. And I did, because I could really see myself in it.
What, in that void of nothingness?
Yeah, just sort of like not really sure what to do with your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was only like 7 years between Dustin Hoffman and the actress that portrayed Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, I read this review actually on the BBC, which I don't ever read a film review on the BBC, but it's really quite good. And it said that obviously we all know that Warren Beatty was considered for the role. I think maybe. Do you like Warren Beatty?
Yeah, they must be about the same age.
Warren Beatty's younger.
Is he?
I think so. But yeah, would you like Warren Beatty was considered for the role, and Robert Redford was too.
I think Robert Redford's too charming. I think you need someone who's a bit more awkward. And...
Yeah, well, Warren Beatty says that.
Yeah, Warren Beatty would have worked.
But how did you think Dustin Hoffman did?
It's hard to imagine anyone else in the role besides Dustin Hoffman, because it's very much a Dustin Hoffman role. But he's
so good. He also paved the way, obviously, for like a whole new generation of leading man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the awkward guy can get the girl.
But that wasn't his first major role either, was it?
It was.
I think he was in Little Big Boy beforehand. Was that afterwards?
Oh, this was the role that sort of put him into the spotlight, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's not like his first role. I mean, because he was almost 30 when he was cast as this like 20.
Yeah, no, well, he'd come from theatre. But yeah, no, yeah, well, he did pay. Without Dustin Hoffman, it's difficult to imagine sort of Woody Allen, Al Pacino, people like that becoming leading men, or even sort of romantic sort of characters.
So like untraditionally handsome.
Yeah, or just unconventionally, like a move away from the conventional Hollywood stereotype of what a good-looking man is.
Yeah, that's one thing that I definitely picked up on this time. Maybe we're seeing it with an audience as well, so just how funny it was. Because I thought it was funny the first time, but I didn't think it was as funny as I did the second time or third time watching it.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
It's like the whole more or less the first two acts are hilarious.
Yeah, no,
like
definitely.
The bits in the hotel room, like how he comes in and says that he's got luggage, which is just a toothbrush.
Yeah, he's so good at being awkward.
You think that's just like he just said that as like a spell of the moment thing, and he comes back with the toothbrush.
Yeah, I thought that as it went towards the final act, it sort of went a bit downhill.
Yeah, well, shall we go through it
scene by scene?
Yeah,
shot by shot.
I was going to say, so as the film progresses, he falls in love with someone his own age, and so that's where he sort of begins to find a purpose in life, I think, or thinks he begins to find.
What did you make of the date that he took her on? Why did he take her on? Obviously, because Mrs. Robinson was against the idea of them dating.
Yeah,
so
well, we should say that it's Mrs. Robinson's daughter who he falls in love with. So he he takes her to a strip club, basically, because he's trying to make out that he doesn't care about her and he's a bit of a bastard. And then, yeah, that's definitely the hardest scene to watch, I think, where...
Yeah, but why does he then sort of change his mind? What about that? What, she starts crying and then he changes her mind?
Well, yeah, because he's not a bad person, is he? He's a good person pretending to be a bad person.
Is he not a bad person?
No, I don't think so. I think he's...
So with the programme notes that I got from BFI, it's this article from The Guardian, and it's like the most Guardian article ever, but it provides a lot of like really good points of discussion. So I'll read some of it out to you, because this is a good point to sort of read some of what it's out. Well, she talks about... Eleni Jones is the writer, and she sort of talks about how the audience of today can appreciate the situation of Benjamin Braddock, that limbo. And then she says this, she said, many of today's graduates would envy the kind of laden opportunities that Braddock rejects. A job for a life in the growth field of plastics sounds very attractive compared with a low-paid job and 0-hour contracts. Yet whether the young are excluded from their parents' party by economic barriers or cultural ones, there is always room for a coming-of-age film that asks, what is so good about growing up? In the age of lacklustre adulting, the graduate must be even more welcome. What do you think of that?
Well, I think one thing about plastics, because when he got offered that job in plastics, that probably got one of the biggest laughs in the entire film.
Yeah.
Because it's not who wants a job like that?
But what do you think about this idea of watching it now as a young person, sort of noticing? She also says earlier on in the review, half a century on, and in the wake of a pensioner-powered Brexit vote and a Corbyn-inspired youth quake, all that intergenerational drama feels fresh once more. The film that sums it all up is still The Graduate. So she's saying that it sort of echoes the generational divide in lifestyle and expectation that we have now. It's sort of resurfaced now after Brexit, of course.
But has it ever really gone away? That's the...
I think it's definitely more apparent now, isn't it?
Maybe, but I don't think... I think it's only because the youth are getting more newsworthy because they're actually going out and voting and stuff. But I can't imagine young people, particularly graduates, will feel any different at any other time. Because you feel this disconnect, don't you? You leave uni, you're in full-time education, you've got a purpose, but you're not really working, or you're not working in the 9 to 5 kind of sense. You wake up at 11 and you go to bed at 4.
Although with the thing, obviously the nature of work's changing now. 0-hour contracts and stuff. It's interesting because you could take an alternate reading of it where you view sort of Benjamin Braddock as being this sort of privileged, stuck-up kid who's just too stubborn. We've got the world of opportunity in front of him and he just sort of doesn't really grasp any of it. So it's quite like a middle-class way of feeling confused. It's like you're not really sort of... There's no necessity for him to get a job, and that allows him to sort of do what he wants.
Yeah, I don't think this is a film for people struggling to make a living. But that's not who this film's trying to appeal to.
No, but the film's middle browness is what ultimately leads to that ending, I reckon.
Well, yeah, the ending. Shall we get to the ending later? Cause
we jumped to the ending.
Half an hour. But, so why does he leave? Why does he act like that in the club? I feel... would you say he's a likeable character? I
think he's relatable but not likeable. He's not likeable.
See, I think he's likeable in the film, but if I met him in real life, I would absolutely hate him.
I think a lot of the decisions that he makes are sort of very irrational, and you can excuse him for that. That's why I say he's relatable. But then when he just does stuff he just wants to have his cake and eat it, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, and you get that sense more and more as you go through the film.
And just his complacency when his parents are even I'm when his parents are go get a job, Benjamin, or just do something. I'm like, surely just do something,
yeah.
And then it sort of cuts to a shot of him being on his lilo,
lying on the floor, yeah.
It's just God, I wish I could have that sort of lack of urgency to do something.
But it's he decides to do so, and the thing he decides to do is marry a girl who doesn't want him, who he doesn't really deserve, and who he's only gone on 2 dates with or something. Or is it? He's only been out with
one date.
Yeah.
Or goes to Berkeley and sort of follows her.
Yeah.
But then she sort of turns to him as well.
Yeah, she...
That's what I didn't like about the film. The sort of just the way that it sort of it starts getting a little bit pretentious towards the end.
Yeah.
Like it starts to sort of become a little bit more symbolic, like the religious symbolism of sort of marriage being the sort of consummation of there being some sort of finality.
But then is that because of the time it was made? And
well, it was made after the Summer of
and-
Love, where the youth were sort of revolting against those sort of ideas.
Yeah, but it's still a Hollywood film, isn't it? It's
Yeah, but even as a Hollywood film, it broke enough rules anyway.
yeah, that's right. But then you need to have that conflict, don't you? You need to have something that he can rebel against.
Yeah, but then for him to ultimately sort of decide to marry her and follow her
Does
to
he
Berkeley.
decide? Oh, I suppose he does decide to marry her, but then that's
We just continue after her,
yeah.
and then she goes to get married. Like, it's every time they meet.
But I suppose it's sort of the idea of possession, isn't it? That once they get married, then she's his.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
need
Or
to make it finite.
yeah, maybe. I just didn't understand. Well, I mean, maybe it is for the time, but I just didn't understand why there was this sort of. Maybe it's for the ending, and it's based on the book as well. I haven't read the book, but I don't know. It was. Yeah, like that final shot, obviously.
Yeah.
Is very good.
Well, yeah, I've talked
ambiguous.
about the cinematography and the shots here.
Oh,
I
have
think
you?
it's,
You're gonna break it down.
No, I'm not going to break it down. I haven't gone into that much. But like, I do.
Did you see
Like,
it in the
there's a whole-
restored version? By the way?
Yeah, I saw it. In the
4K.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on film or digital?
Digital, I should say. It looks. It almost looks like a painting. I think, like the Technicolor and the. Like the shots are so beautiful. There's so many like continuous shots. Like obviously the opening shot where he's going through the airport.
Yeah.
To Sound of Silence.
I was thinking about the soundtrack actually. I love Simon and Garfunkel, but there's just some songs that are just like the Scarborough Fair. That doesn't need to be in the movie.
No, but well, it's not really the lyrics of the song, is it? It's a tune that's.
Well, play the tune then.
Okay, I'll continue the lyrics.
But why did they have to like play? Mrs. Robinson obviously suited to the movie.
Well, it's written for the movie.
Yeah. But there are some films. Yeah, all the soundtrack was written for the movie, but it doesn't need. A lot of them aren't actually suited to it. It's just like that shot of him driving over the motorway.
Well,
and then all of a sudden the guitar comes in. You're like, oh, no.
Were they all written for the movie, or were they written beforehand and then released for the movie?
I don't know.
I don't think Scarborough Fair was written for the movie, really.
Yeah, no.
Just
I hope
needed
not.
another song, so they threw that one in.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel naturally suited to the film.
But though Sound of Silence in that opening definitely does.
Yeah, and Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah.
But
Mrs. Robinson's
for them to do the whole soundtrack, I think they should have just kept some acoustic tracks, not everything.
Yeah.
Lyrics.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mrs. Robinson's not actually in the film in its like traditional form.
No.
Like there's sort of one verse which I don't think is actually in the single version. And but yeah, that you've constantly got that the tune of it that keeps getting repeated, and so you know. But then I don't know if that's so you only recognise that because it's such a famous song in retrospect. Like that would probably mean nothing to you if you saw it back in 1969 or whenever it came out.
Yeah, mate. Well, it was the highest grossing movie of the year. Everyone went to see it.
Yeah.
22nd highest grossing movie of all time, adjusted for inflation.
Really? Wow.
That's nuts. 7 Oscar nominations.
Because it must have been a R or
Yeah, probably.
at the time. So that's pretty impressive to get that amount of attention.
Sorry, carry on.
I'll talk about the cinematography, like the continuous shots. You've also got the one. I'm pretty sure it's a continuous shot where they go back to her house and she's giving him a drink, and then her husband comes along.
Yeah,
that's funny. Where he's like
sweating.
But and I remember there's a close up of Elaine in.
Elaine is Miss Robinson's daughter.
Yeah, in it's his birthday, isn't it? The university, and it's like there's the moment her opinion on Benjamin changes, and like you get so much of emotion in that shot. I'm not good at explaining like cinematography.
You're doing alright.
I can do narrative and thought.
Yeah, well, that's what your degree is for.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about the last scene then? Have you got anything else you want to say?
About the film? No,
Yeah.
a lot of what is because obviously it was re-released, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
it's sort of got a bit of a reassessment in the light of contemporary events and how today's youth might view it.
But then I feel that Guardian article was a bit typical.
I can understand why they gave it as program notes, because there's a lot of things worth discussing in it.
But I think it's very easy to compare things.
I do agree with some of the things that it says. I also think it says here, number 22 on the list of highest grossing films of all time, the US box office, above more traditional crowd pleasers such as The Avengers. It can't be that great.
Avengers is 1.2 billion.
Yeah, it can't be. Anyway,
but then it's hard to, you can't compare those two films and like the audience in 2012.
No, but I think it's incredible to see what a crowd pleaser was then and what it is now.
Yeah.
But there's also maybe how you feel about The Graduate reflects the stage you've reached in your own life when you watch it. I think that's true. I think that's very true.
Yeah, I don't. Have I watched it with anyone older before? Or maybe I've seen it with my parents before.
It's weird that I think I'll just get a job. Maybe that's reflective on my background, where it's always sort of try. I've not been afforded the time to be complacent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think your opinion to the character of Benjamin Braddock shifts depending on sort of who
where
you are
in your life,
which I think is why it's being able to resonate and sort of continue to be so influential. I think it was a very good time to re-release it. I understand it's the anniversary, but what a year to release it in and sort of attach it to all these different sentiments and things going on today. It's quite ripe for a sort of re-evaluation.
Yeah, no, definitely. Right, so that ending scene, do you think he regrets going after? What do you think? Because they've both seem happy and then they sort of look complacent and...
Yeah, you know that shot of that by accident? They just sort of kept it rolling.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that sort of ruins the whole...
Yeah, no, but I think the reason why they kept it in the film.
Yeah.
I really like the ending shot. Yeah. How can you not sort of... I think it's just more unease, isn't it? Like, oh my God, what have you done?
Well, yeah, I sort of took it to mean that... I don't think it sort of means that they regret it, which is what some people think. I think it's more just like... they've had the big romantic get together, and now they're sort of faced with the reality of having to live together and get a job. And
well, the implications just sort of start to trickle down, as they would. That ending is just so out there.
But there's because obviously it's based on the novel, and the sequel novel, they are together. And actually, looking at, I haven't read either of the novels, but I looked up the synopsis of the second one. And it seems very similar to Kramer versus Kramer.
Really?
In that, it's not about divorce. It's about a court battle. They want to get their child to.
It's a sequel of it.
Yeah.
The Graduate.
Yeah.
As a sequel.
In a book, not.
I don't know. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's about them trying to get It's a court battle for them to try and get their son into private school or something, and they have to team up with Mrs. Robinson again. The way I see it, it did sound like a. Like
Loki and Thor.
Yeah. And that's not, like a typical sequel. You have to find some way to get these.
You just see some leopard print, teased in the trailer.
I think they were considering doing a sequel though.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that they didn't after the success.
Yeah, but then it's hard to. Well, I suppose they had this sequel idea. But I'm not sure how well that would translate onto.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely a classic, isn't it? The Graduate.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. I think it's a good one to start our.
Yeah, as graduates.
Yeah.
Starting our own period of limbo.
Yeah. So do you relate to him then? No.
I mean, the general sense of that odd state of coming out of university and returning home after 3 years away and sort of just having to confront reality properly again as something that is permanent now.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as I can go.
I also kind of feel the same disconnect with his parents, he feels.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
See, I don't. Well, that's interesting. Why not?
Well, kind of in the way that I feel that they have different expectations for him than he does. They're trying to... I agree that he needs to find something to do, but I feel that they're kind of perhaps because he feels this disconnection with his parents.
What did Benjamin Braddock study at university? What was his major at college?
Did he say?
Yeah, he did. It's literary studies, I think, something like that. English.
Is it?
He won a prize as well, didn't he? So he was quite good. yeah, maybe it's just as a humanities student.
Yeah.
And I'm a humanities student as well, but no set path is there.
Yeah. No, it's more the sort of scene where, you know, they buy him that scuba suit and make him go out. You know that they're.
Your parents ever made you something like that?
No, but sort of like how they're
Parading.
parading. They're like, you know,
Yeah.
they're very proud that they, you know, got this son, but he just wants to live his own life. But, you know, doesn't want to be paraded out with all his parents' friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough of my insecurities.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so now let's give it a rating. Do you want to explain our new?
The brand new make a take
I decided about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think
it's a good system.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So anticipation, which is quite an interesting one. We'll rate something from 1 to 5 based on anticipation. And what's quite odd about this is we're not going to be reviewing many new films because of my inability to make it to the cinema as often as I'd like. So what I thought we could do is rate some anticipation. So what are your expectations of this movie? Which would be interesting because if we're doing older movies, how our anticipation changes is based on factors that aren't to do with marketing campaigns. It's to do with some sort of like, I've heard this is meant to be like the movie that changed everything.
But then probably most weeks one of us would have seen, at least one of us would have seen the film before.
That's
so
true.
It's going to be a bit.
It'll be
Perhaps
very
anticipation between viewings would be.
It'll be an interesting one. We'll use that one. Then we'll do experience. That's just a standard 5-star rating. And then after that, we'll do reflection, which is sort of the best way to describe it is from how your opinion changes in the sort of from the cinema to the train station. So as you begin to collect your thoughts after seeing the film, does your opinion change? So shall I go first with the graduates? Sort of?
Yeah.
So anticipation.
Well, shall we both do anticipation?
Yeah,
and go through them.
Anticipation 4.5. I knew I wanted to watch it again. Seeing it in the cinema presented me the perfect opportunity to do so. It's a classic, and I just graduated as well, so I was quite interested to sort of come at it with that angle. Yeah,
I would say 4.5 stars around pretty much the same reasons that you said. Like if it wasn't out in the cinema, I probably wouldn't have seen it again so soon.
Yeah,
but I think seeing it in the cinema did give me another perspective.
And in the restoration.
Yeah, maybe it was also just seeing it with an audience of people I didn't know, and like because there were things that they would laugh at something that I never even considered funny before. But then
yes, the audience at BFI were just like quiet. I was laughing.
All right.
And like no one else was.
Yeah, that's it was like I think that's what made me realise how funny it was. Like I heard them laughing, I thought, oh yeah, that is really funny. But, so yeah, what's the next one? Enjoy.
Although just about restorations, without getting like too, sort of, not pretentious, but like nerdy. There is when you watch films like this in restored version, it does sort of make you think like, God, like. What craft!
Yeah.
It really sort of brings new life into the movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like to do it as a career would be, or just to shadow someone who does it for a career.
Yeah,
really
I mean, I've watched some like videos of people doing restoration.
Yeah,
exhaustive job.
Or like going through every frame and how to painstaking work.
Yeah, literally. Like,
and they probably do they get a credit? Do you think?
Yeah, well, the BFI are quite good. They sort of say beforehand how it was restored and who restored it, but. Did you get her?
No, well, I was going to say maybe they inserted it to the end credits or something. But they must have.
Must do, yeah.
But no, I didn't stay behind. But
yeah.
You always, whenever I'm in the cinema, I always see like old people always stay behind and watch the credits.
Yeah.
Like, even really weird films like.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'd get out.
They're still.
Apart from if I've been stunned by a film, I'm just like, oh.
If it's really good, I might sit there and sort of.
Or if it's a Marvel film.
Yeah, but as you say, for different reasons. Like.
Yeah.
So
experience. 5. You have to sort of. I mean, although the ending did annoy me more now than before, just as a film, as a complete experience, it's just sort of. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think. Well, I'll give it 5 stars even after the first time I saw it, but particularly now with it being so relevant to us. Perhaps if we watch it again in another 5-10 years, it would be completely different. Well, it would be completely different.
Exactly.
But, no, definitely 5 stars.
Yeah. And in retrospect, I would give it a. Sorry, I forgot the content. I would give it a 5 again, because it's sort of like the discussion we've been having about it show just how relevant it can be for today's audience.
Yeah,
because you can sort of it's just always so much there that it leaves you with to talk about. Show that it's just it's still relevant, still good, still comes up. Yeah,
it
sorry, I
definitely
lost my train of thought there.
No,
I was trying to figure out what's going on.
It definitely made me think about my life a lot more. And, so you don't want to end up
Does it have
like
quite a profound impact on you?
Yeah, well, not really, but like it gives you something to work against, I suppose. You don't want to end up like Benjamin Braddock.
Well, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if I.
Well, if you're that rich and that.
Well, yeah, I'd love to be able to like go to Berkeley for like a week.
Yeah. Well, did he actually get a job there? It was never really explained.
No, he didn't.
He just sort of hung around the zoo and waited for her to turn up.
Well, easy.
Yeah. So that's it. We should probably say as well that it's very rare we both agree this much on the film.
Yeah.
Normally we'll probably go for a lot longer because we'll argue about a little detail. So.
Are we going to talk about news?
Okay. So I think to finish off, we'll go for a couple of news stories that have caught our attention that we want to discuss. I want to talk about the fact that Henry Cavill, he's just finished filming Mission Impossible 6, and for that role, I think he's playing a villain. Well, I'm not sure about that. He's had to grow a big bushy moustache.
Yeah.
And now I think he's got reshoots for that later on. And at the moment, he's reshooting for Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And Paramount, who distribute Mission Impossible, they're refusing to let him shave his moustache. So they've got to digitally remove it for the Justice League reshoots. And it says here 25 million worth of Justice League reshoots. I assume that's the cost of the reshoots, not the cost of him.
No, CGI's not that expensive anymore.
No. But see, the thing is, one, it's easier to digitally put a moustache on than it is to remove it.
Yeah.
So you can just cut and paste a moustache on.
I think it must be Paramount being like.
Yeah, it's a power.
Cheeky little power play.
And also, what happens to fake moustaches? I swear they're commonplace anyway.
Yeah, but why? I mean, like, you're getting paid so much, just grow one. Otherwise,
Yeah, I can understand that for the main film, but for the reshoots, there's no reason why they can't stick a fake one on there.
There's no reason why I can't grow one.
I can just imagine.
It's not that hard. He's capable of growing a beard. Yeah, he wore a beard, didn't he, for the first Superman, Man of Steel?
He wore what?
A beard? Well, he had a beard.
Yeah, well, he needed a beard.
Yeah, needs a beard for this.
Was it his own beard in that film?
It must have been. I mean, it's not different. He's a man.
Yeah, I know. It's time, and why does he have to keep the moustache on? Why can't they just shave off and then stick a fake one on for the 10 days of reshoots he needs to do for Mission Impossible or whatever?
Authentic.
I can just imagine like a Paramount exec and a Warner Brothers exec like in Hollywood over dinner discussing. Right, so we'll do reshoots then, and you can have it for reshoots then.
Yeah.
And it's all civil and they agree. And then they go, mustache, there's no way you're shaving that off.
Yeah, good. Just let Superman keep the mustache.
Well, just
have him turn up.
Inexplicably between scenes, he's got a mustache. Just don't reference it.
Yeah, just call it an Easter egg.
Well, you must know this. When Cesar Romero was a Joker in the original Batman TV series, he refused to shave his mustache. They flattened it down with elbow grease.
God's sake. But, God, they're reshooting both Mission Impossible and Justice League. That's not good.
Well, reshoots are standard. They're like every film has reshoots more or less. It's not a bad thing to have reshoots. The amount of reshoots.
You've got 25 million worth of reshoots in Justice League.
That's dodgy. Apparently, most of that is they want to put Wonder Woman in the film more because obviously they made a lot of money from Wonder Woman.
So they did. Yeah.
Yeah. But
okay.
There's no reason it can't be good. But then probably won't
there's more reason why it will be bad than why it will be good.
I think I'll rather watch Mission Impossible 6 than Justice League. I'll see both. But
the Mission Impossible, they're like the Fast and Furious films. They tick the boxes and
they're fun and
they just fulfill expectations.
It's because they're stupid and they know they're stupid. They're unashamedly.
I would say stupid. I think tongue in cheek.
They don't take themselves seriously.
Yeah. They're not like, not trying to be more clever than they are, like Christopher Nolan movies. But I'm going to see Dunkirk today. I'm really excited.
Finally. About that next week. Then.
I've recovered almost recovered from flu. So I'm really looking forward to it. My piece of news was just simply that one of our favourite trilogies is a fourth has been teased. The Before trilogy.
Yeah,
Ethan Hawke came out earlier this week and said that he pretty much teased that.
I'm pretty sure they'll do it. It won't surprise me if they do it up until they die or one of them dies.
Yeah.
Like when would 9 years be? 22.
Yeah.
So it's still a while yet. We're not even halfway through the.
What did you think of the last one?
I think I liked it. I definitely liked it more than the second one. I think the second one's the weakest one.
Yeah.
And maybe more than the first.
Really?
I need to watch them all, I think, again. Because I saw the first two consecutively. Then I saw the third one about 3 months later. So I think maybe if I watch them all in one go or consecutive days, it'd be a lot better. But,
okay. Yeah. No, I just thought it'd be really interesting to. They just keep going, and I bet it'll be brilliant as well. They always are.
Yeah, they always.
One of the most consistent filmmakers out there, isn't he? Richard Linklater.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be less than 9 years then? Or do you think they'll wait for the...
I don't know. What's the latest movie Linklater made? Oh, Everybody Wants Some.
He's making another one now, I think.
Yeah, he just doesn't stop.
No,
we'll see. Not really much to discuss there. Just it would be good.
What did you think of the third one? You haven't said.
Loved it. Yeah. I love all three equally, I think. It's difficult to sort of rank them.
The thing I found the second one was just the first one again, but only they knew each other now, so it wasn't as interesting.
Yeah, but it's sort of had to come to terms.
Different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one was more like a coming to terms.
Yeah, but then I wonder if a fourth one will just be the third one again, because how much? What else?
Yeah, like now they're married. What else? The kids growing up. Aren't they?
Yeah, the kids maybe going to college or something.
Yeah.
They're a bit too young for that, I guess.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, they'll find something, I guess.
Yeah.
They've got 5 years to decide.
The other news story I was going to talk about, but I'm probably not going to now, is the. Did you hear about the Angelina Jolie auditioning?
No.
You didn't hear about this? Oh my God. There's been a lot of controversy about the way that. Have you seen the trailer for Angelina Jolie's new film? It's on Netflix. No.
I'm not a big Angelina Jolie fan, if I'm honest.
No, neither am I, but this story that came out, Vanity Fair have defended it recently. Who profiled Angelina Jolie for their cover, latest cover. Yeah, apparently to audition. It's about Cambodian child soldiers, I think. And the way that they audition child actors were the film crew gave money to the children. Like, many of these kids were homeless. And they took it away and forced them to explain why they had stolen it. Which has obviously been widely criticised.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jodie's come out and denied it. But this is probably the biggest film. I think this is the biggest film story this week, because it is sort of everyone's got on board and sort of been like, what?
I'm surprised I haven't seen that. That is really... I mean, there's method acting, then there's forcing children to...
Yeah, the camera crew told the children, a camera's coming up and we want to play a game with you. Apparently Jolie wasn't present for these.
Yeah, it seems very weird.
Really weird.
It reminds me of the fact, I suppose it's not really the same, but with Slumdog Millionaire, they took all these children from the slums, filmed with them, took them to Hollywood, and then just dumped them back in the slums again once they were done.
Yeah.
It's like...
harsh reality.
Yeah.
And the film doesn't even look that good.
They said, like, there was criticisms about them, like, casting people from the slums in these roles. And they went, no, we're gonna give them a good life after and stuff like that. And then they just didn't do anything.
Yeah, well,
I suppose if you're as rich as Hollywood studios, you can afford to do that. Yeah. So anything else?
No,
I don't think so.
We'll just forget to reveal what we'll do next week.
Do you want to reveal what we're?
Yeah, no.
Do you want to say why first, and then?
Why? Because I really want to. It's one of my favourite films. I think you'll like it as well.
I should say that I don't know what it is yet. This will be the first time for the audience and me.
It's also under 90 minutes, which suits me. It's Trouble in Paradise from 1932.
Okay.
Directed by Ernst Lubitsch, who is a director that sort of had a very short career, passed away quite young, but still made like 28 films or something like that. But he's known for the Lubitsch touch, which is this. You'll notice it when you watch it. It's this particular kind of sense of humour, which is a wink, not a wink at the eye to the audience, it's quite difficult to define, but a lot of his films are about adultery. And Trouble in Paradise is about a gentleman thief and a lady pickpocket who team up to con a perfume heiress, and that ends up becoming entangled romantically and complicated. And it's very funny. I think it holds up. I think you'll like it. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you think of it as well, because
I'm looking forward to reviewing
it's a film that is really old, but I think I watched it.
Stands up.
Yeah, no, really, really stands up.
Right.
So yeah, I thought
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Just do the housekeeping now. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Jacqueline Shepherd, and on Twitter it's the same address. You can follow Aaron on Kakar
Run, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will put it.
We'll
link it all in the description for the podcast. Do you have Twitter?
I do, but I'm not going to give it out yet because I'm still in the process of setting up my account.
Fair enough. You can follow the podcast at mildperil1. You can email us at mildperilpod@gmail.com, and that might be it. I've probably missed something, but we will say that's it for now.
Yeah.
We're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and iTunes. I assume you're listening on one of them. That's it for this week. So we'll see you next week or whenever we get a chance.
We'll do fortnight. We're doing week after.
Yeah.
Or we can do it midweek, maybe. We'll see. I mean,
yeah.
The great thing is about this podcast is we surprise you.
Yeah. It's so hard to arrange to do it, I guess. But yeah. So we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Awesome.